Hello everybody, my name's Sheridan. I'm a careers advisor at the Northwest Regional College based at our Strand Road campus. So today I'm here to talk to you about CVs. So we'll go through things like structuring a CV, what to include in a CV, but we're also going to talk about electronic CVs. It's a new form of video CV, and we're talking about the relevance of those in today's labour market. But first of all, before we actually get into talking about the CVs, I just want to introduce the Careers Academy and what we do in terms of workshops we provide. So as you can see, there's a computer suite. Normally that would be filled with students. Very unfortunate that it's not, but hopefully it will be before much longer. Here's a list of workshops we provide. So they're broken down into 3 different sections. So we have employability, enterprise, and enrichment. All of our students go through a tailored employability program so that they have the employability and the transversal skills to match their academic qualifications. Maths and English, folks, is vital. So many people come to me with qualifications like degrees, foundation degrees, etc., but don't have maths or English, and it's stopping them progressing in their career. If you don't have your maths and English, I would give real consideration to get that. If you have problems with literacy, problems with maths, there is support out there, so please seek help and consider getting your maths and English if it's something that you don't already have. So where do I start? Well, we always suggest picking a good template, okay? So if you go into Microsoft Word, you type resume into the search bar, and it'll bring up hundreds of pre-prepared templates ready for you to edit. You can have ones with photos, ones with color. Have a look through them and see which one suits you best. So what sections are required on a CV? So we recommend you put your personal details, a wee profile about yourself, qualifications in education, employment and work experience, additional training, hobbies and interests, and references. So your personal contact details, so your name, your address, your phone, and an appropriate email address. Stay away from things like nicknames and football teams. Just have something that's as close to your name as you possibly can. Phone number, also, a lot of people aren't keen to put a phone number in. I can understand why, but if you have problems or if you have issues, contact the data protection officer or contact someone in their HR to find out their data protection policy, because we've experienced a couple of times where somebody didn't get their phone number in an application form or a CV. The employer's not going to contact you looking for it. They're not going to email you. They're just not going to contact you. Date of birth, that's entirely to yourself. We generally would not recommend putting date of birth in, but it is completely subjective. It's up to you. Personally, I prefer to go by credentials and experience rather than age. But again, completely subjective. It's up to yourself. So a wee personal profile statement about yourself. So 6 or 7 lines, doesn't have to be too long. Something that highlights your skills or qualities, something to engage the employer. You can use words like this: time management, resilience, approachable, reliable. Back them up, okay? Don't just write them words down. Anybody can do that. Back it up with something like, having studied at Northwest Regional College, I developed great leadership skills. We were involved in so many group projects. This helped me develop team player skills, helped me become more organized, stuff like that. It goes a long way. It gives it substance, and again, you're encouraging the employer to think outside the box with regards to your own credentials. So it's something worth considering. Qualifications in education. So list them in chronological order. So you're not going from your highest level qualification to your least. You're going from your most recent to your least recent qualification, and I'll show you what I mean now. So there you are. There's a list of qualifications. Now you can see there the detail that's on that. So many people would literally have the name of the school or the college and write something like 10 GCSEs. If an employer sees that, they'll just look at them and think this person's lazy. What GCSEs do they have? Why haven't they written them? So again, the full title, the postcode, the how long you were there, the month, the year, the full title of the subject, and the grade you got. Those are what we would encourage putting on a CV when you're talking about your qualifications. Same thing goes with employment and work experience, folks. When you're talking about previous employment, again, don't just write. A lot of people will just write things like the name of the company, give the address. That does go a long way in convincing the employer that you're the right person for the job. If you're the kind of person who cuts corners on a CV, they're going to think you're the kind of person who's going to cut corners when you're actually in there working. So again, I'll show you what I mean. There you are. That's just an example for one potential job. McDonald's restaurant, Strand Road, Derry, Londonderry, postcode and all's there. Month there, and then your list of responsibilities. So again, the detail is in there, and the employer can see, and there's no information then there lacking. You don't want to give a CV to an employer for them to think, well, what was this? Or for them to think, I want more information. You want to get it all in there. Additional training. So, I mean, have you done any volunteering? Have you got a driver license? Any community work? Anything like that at all? You might not think it's relevant, but it'll go a long way to giving the employer an overall scope of what kind of person you are. Again, transversal skills can be taken from any industry area to another. So again, you might not think it's relevant, but you'd be surprised how relevant things like that are. So data protection, child safeguarding, first aid, things like that are very, very relevant. So make sure you get them in. Hobbies and interests, they want to see you're human. Going out at the weekends is not a hobby. You'd be surprised how many people I've explained that to. But if you like doing art, if you like going to the gym, keeping fit, whatever it is, again, put it in because it says a lot about your personality. Like employers these days are looking for real, extroverted, outgoing, personable people that have the qualifications. So see, those personal skills are so important these days. So again, put that across. References, you can put full referees in if you like with their full contact details and their relationship to you, or you can simply just state references available upon request. It's entirely yourself. So we work very closely with many recruiters, Hayes being one of them. They've given their top 6 CV tips in this handy wee document here. So write a powerful personal statement. Again, engage the employer. Tailor your CV. If you're going for multiple jobs, make sure it's tailored to those individual jobs. Avoid using cliches and use action verbs. Things like that are so important. Go digital, which we'll talk about now. And again, see things like grammar, spelling, goes without saying, but it is worthwhile making sure that everything is in place and it's structured and written well. So that brings us to video CVs or electronic CVs, ECVs. There's a number of names for them. These are increasing in popularity. Many employers are using these now instead of normal written CVs, as they see it as a far better way to decipher if you're the right person for the job or not. You can use smartphones, you can use iPads. These days they do have the technology handy, and you know, something that you portable basically that you can have at hand to record yourself. So a few hints and tips about recording a video CV. So stand out in the crowd. Okay, things like, and see, showcase your creativity. It's the second part. These kind of go hand in hand. If you might not be IT literate, but if you know somebody who is, get them to help you. Get them to even put things like text or graphics or a bit of music or something like that. And you'll see what I mean now when I show you an example. That does go a long way to boosting your CV. And again, it's not just about the employer looking and seeing if you've got the right qualifications. It's the employer then thinking outside the box. Look, there's someone who's going out of their way to impress us. There's someone who's going out of their way to showcase their skills in a way that matches our protocols, that matches our standards. You know, so it's definitely worth thinking about. Display your personality. Okay, make sure that personality comes across. These personality skills are so important. Again, they're looking for dynamic, outgoing people these days. If you're able to display that in your electronic CV, then it will go a long way to helping you get a job. And if you have any particular skills, again, that somebody else might not have, put them in. You'd be shocked how relevant they are. The employer wants to get an overall scope, an overall profile of what kind of person you are, not just what skills you have. So again, if you have those extra skills, those particular skills, make sure you demonstrate them. So, can't really tell from here, but this is a good example of an electronic CV that I recorded with the help of a friend of mine who's much more computer literate than I am. So here we go, we'll play it for you now.
Hello, my name is Sheridan. I'm a 35-year-old male currently living in Londonderry, Northern Ireland. I'm an outgoing, energetic individual. I like to see somebody who gets on really well with people, but I've also developed a great work ethic in my career history, which I'll discuss further detail. I completed my secondary education at St. Colin College on Manor Road in Derry. There I achieved ANGCSEs, which were Spanish, French, Global Award Science, Maths, English Literature, English Language, RE, Business Studies, and History. The grades I got in those subjects were French A star, Spanish A star, Global Award Science I got a double A, Maths B, English Literature B, English Language B, History B, Business Studies B, and Religious Education C. I also completed my 3 A levels at St. Colin College. These were Spanish, in which I got a grade B, French, in which I also got a grade B, and Politics, in which I got a grade C. These were the grades required at the time for me to get into my chosen degree at Queen's University in Belfast to study my chosen degree, which was Politics with Spanish. My time at university I would consider one of the most enjoyable experiences of my life, not only for what I learned in terms of education, but the life experience I got, the skills I gained in terms of transversal skills, the soft skills, liaising with people, meeting new contacts, the confidence it gave me to enter the world of work, knowing that I had the ability and the belief to go forward in my career. I work as a careers advisor at Northwest Regional College. I thoroughly enjoyed this role. It's a very enjoyable role, but it's helped me to develop so many personal skills that I think can be used in any kind of capacity in any sector. For example, a huge part of what we do is helping students learn how to communicate with other people, but that has helped me develop communication skills. It's helped me develop their personal skills. It's also helped me develop a range of other qualities, such as time management, being social, even things like that, that these personal skills we're trying to embed in our students, I have developed over the past couple of years working as a careers advisor. As part of my job at Northwest Regional College, continual professional development is of utmost importance. During my time at Northwest Regional College, I have completed assessments in data protection, child safeguarding, and equality. Folks, some additional information about myself. I'm a married father of one child. Fatherhood has helped me develop a lot of skills and has given me a great sense of responsibility and a great sense of maturity. More than anything, it's probably taught me about patience and understanding and empathy, and I believe these are skills I can take to any job role. Top of that, I love football. Like most people, I enjoy playing football, I enjoy watching football, I enjoy keeping fit in general, and getting good at swimming. I love swimming, I love going to the gym, I love keeping fit, I love eating healthy. I'm a firm believer that a healthy lifestyle makes a healthy person, and these are skills and traits I try to know in people as well. References are available on the web. I'm happy to give references if need be. If you would like to get in contact, my telephone number is 02871 276 111, and my email address is Stephen with a PH .Sheridan, that's SHRIDAN at nwrc.ac.uk. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.
So there you are. So you see things like the detail and what I'm saying, but not only that, all the wee extra bits, the text, the music in the background. If you took those out, you would really, really miss them. So again, those are worth putting in if you're doing an electronic CD. Now here's a bad example, which is, you can tell already with the tie askew there will be a lot worse, but we'll play it anyway.
Hello, my name is Sheridan. I work as a careers advisor at Northwest Regional College. All my life, I do enjoy. It's helped me develop so many skills. I've got 5 GCSEs, I've got a degree, I've got 3 A levels. I like going to the gym, going for walks. I have a full driving license. I work at the weekends. I like socializing. Currently looking for a job role in IT. So if you want to contact me, you can get me on 71276.
So you see that one was much worse. Basically showed like I didn't care. Even though a lot of the info was the same, it was very vague. So you can see the clear difference between a good example and a bad example. So if you are going to do an electronic CV, make sure again you do yourself justice. So folks, listen, it's an old cliche, but it is very true. Like submitting a great CV is the difference between getting called for an interview or not. Like I said at the start, if they look at a CV and it's not good enough, they're not going to contact you to try and rectify anything or try and elaborate on anything. They're just not going to contact you at all. You have a chance now to impress employers. Take the chance. You have time to do it. Take your time. Make sure it's done properly. And above all, do yourself justice and don't undersell yourself. And that brings us to the end, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. So again, my name is Stephen Sheridan, Careers Academy, Careers Advisor. So thank you very much for listening. Look after yourselves and stay safe. Thank you.